Hello, it's BrickBros UK with our alternative build for the LEGO Star Wars Sandspeeder 75204, which is an interesting set we liked a lot because it was different, but we still felt, especially after receiving a lot of requests from you guys, that something new would be interesting to make to change things up. So we turned the set into the alternative build we're calling the Resistance Heavy Speeder, which includes this ground-based speeder vehicle the Resistance can use for smashing through First Order front lines, and there's a First Order probe droid bonus build too. So if you want this speeder, you can follow our step-by-step build tutorial at the end to make it, but before we get to the tutorial, we're going to show you what this new creation can do. Now, as far as spare parts go, we only had a few pieces remaining that could always be added to the build. Moving on, if we start with the speeder, we wanted to give the Resistance guys a heavier vehicle to support troops on the ground, so unlike the original build, our speeder has a bulky armoured construction and plenty of weaponry to make it a handful for the First Order, plus fun to use in play. So if we check out the front first, it has a sloping nose made up from bricks and the windscreen piece, then for a mechanical finish there's a grille and clips for detail. Following on from the nose, we thought we'd build up some armour either side of the cockpit from various bricks and pieces to protect the middle, which is where we've placed a canopy over the cockpit, similar to how it was on the original build. The canopy, of course, also lifts up for easy access inside, and inside there's a driver's seat at the front and a gunner seat behind, both featuring control panels that can be used by the pilot and gunner minifigures when you place them in for battle. After the cockpit, if we take a look at the main body, we created stabilizing fins either side to add to the speeder's aerodynamic shape, and they look quite cool with the sticker decoration aiming up. Now above the fins, the speeder's main weapon systems are attached to the static left and right arms that help make the weapons easy to access. So if we zoom in, the left and right weapons are identical and each have a grey ion cannon at the bottom that can be pushed up and down for aerial or ground targets. Then on top, for the real firepower, we built dual missile pods which house the spring-loaded missiles, have white double barrels and a fin for decoration. But the cool thing about these missiles is they're not just here for show and can be aimed up and down for fire similar to the ion cannons, making them perfect to use if the Resistance need to bombard a First Order position, so they're an excellent play feature to unleash in combat. Turning to the back area, the speeder has more armour, nice sticker detail, and for something a bit different we clipped on a black round cone brick to represent a little astromech who's climbed aboard to help out. Moving lower down here, the speeder has two grey thruster engines, exhaust vents at the bottom, and underneath we attach slider plates so it can be pushed around easily and quickly across any flat surfaces in play. So overall, the Resistance Heavy Speeder with its armoured construction and weaponry will be awesome to use in your land battles to back up the Resistance troopers. Last up, for a special extra, we put together from spare parts and pieces a First Order probe droid that has a stand so it can hover and 3 grey droid arms spaced out around its body. We also clipped on a stud-shooting laser to defend itself, and it's got a round body with this trans-red transmitting beacon on top to send messages. So the probe droid's simple, but it helps represent the First Order, plus gives the Resistance minifigures an enemy to take on. On a final note then, our Resistance Heavy Speeder alternative build we admit probably isn't as attractive as the Sandspeeder. However, having said that, one annoyance we did have with the original build, which may have bugged you guys too, is it lacked a First Order enemy to stage a decent battle. So that's why we felt it was a priority to build the stud-shooting First Order probe droid as an extra to change up your fights with the speeder, and for a small creation we're quite pleased with it. The speeder is also, as you've just seen, not a bad build and a decent land-based vehicle to use in play, with heavy armour providing good protection, 2 seats for both minifigures, an astromech droid for company, and it's easy to zoom it across a planet thanks to its slider plate bottom. So it has plenty for you to see and do, but our favourite features are the speeder's 4 rotating weapons that are fun to adjust to get the aim right and really pack a punch when you blast a First Order with the missiles. So the speeder should be an asset to any Resistance army, and if you want to make it, you should watch on now to check out our step-by-step build tutorial. And if you're ready to go, let's start the build. And that's the finished build, so now you can enjoy the heavy speeder, or maybe you've taken inspiration from the build to make something even more awesome. Hope you enjoyed a Brick Bros UK alternative build, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to Brick Bros UK.